Hey guys. Hey Cass.
Hey, hello, my darling. How are you?
I'm good. Hey Vanilla Cat Eyes and Cheapy.
Hey, GB. Hi, everyone.
Let me get my volume past the 747 in the front yard.
How is
Tomorrow might be the
everybody?
day. I might have power tomorrow. And not
Wow. Party time.
okay. So the plans tonight, guys, we're gonna do a short live, but we want to talk about Michelle Bernstein-Schultz, and she goes by Ellie. And also at the end, we want to talk a little bit about Anna White and something else very interesting and that we're going to talk about. Her name is Ty. She went missing
Hmm.
taking a train from New York to Washington, D.C., and it's kind of, yeah, it's definitely a bizarre story.
It is.
A little creepy, a little skin, like the hair stands up on your neck on that last message to her grandma. But we'll get into that at the end.
We will.
But as far as Michelle, we have had, how many people do you think reached out to us that knew Michelle personally? Knows Michelle personally.
Or at least 5 or 6. At least.
And today we got a message from somebody on her first husband's side that we have not been able to get back in contact with, but we are hoping that they get back to us as soon as possible.
Second. Second, sweetheart. Second.
Hey, Coach Karen.
Hi, Karen. How are you? Yeah.
All right,
This Mara
we're
and I have been talking, and we're a bit.
but let's play the video first, Kaz.
Okay, you go.
No, no, no. But you can go ahead and say, but just don't say what.
No, no, play the video first. No. I'm itching to say what I want to say, that's all.
I know you are. I know you are.
Ooh, stop me.
Put your hands in your pants if you're a
I'll
true
sit on my
player.
hands to keep them warm. How's that?
Oh, let me find
Right.
the video.
I'm sitting on my hands.
How are you, Coach Karen? We're doing
Staying
good.
cool.
So Kaz and I, this video, we've seen it before, but I rewatched it today, and I just had like this little spidey sense inside that went out, and I thought, I don't know, but we will talk about that after we watch this video. It's
We
very
sure
short,
will.
guys. It's a 41 second. Is this the video? Yes, 41 seconds. And here we go.
It's been almost 2 weeks since 36-year-old Michelle Bernstein-Schultz went missing. The mother of two was last seen at her apartment near 40th Street and Greenway. She left her ID and cell phone behind, things her family.
Now, let me say this to the one person that contacted us, and we'll talk about her in a minute, that got mad that we told the name of the community where she lived, which we never did. I took you guys like a block away, but don't get mad at me. Get mad at the news. Okay. Whew, she was mad at us, Kaz.
says she would never leave without. The family is urgently pleading for the public's help.
Doesn't seem logical that 13 days into this that no one has seen or heard from her. Someone has to know something, either something that happened to her or they saw her. Someone has to have some information.
If you have any information on Michelle, you're asked to call the Phoenix Police Department. It's been almost 2 weeks since
Now,
Ah, anonymous.
and you've never heard of her. See, that's what's sad. So let me show you guys one more thing on Twitter, and then we are going to stop with any videos and articles, and Kaz and I are going to talk to you straight from everything we've found out from friends. Her father we spoke to, a lot of people we spoke to. But this is the one part that bothered me. Let me find her sister. Let me share my screen. And Danielle, if you're listening, thank you for getting back to me on Twitter. And if you could please reach out to me again. 2 hours ago. Thank you so much, News JP and Weston Tina, for this flyer. So kind of you to reach out to a stranger and offer assistance. Please, RT, Ellie was last seen and heard from 16 days ago. But that's not the one. Ooh, she's been tweeting a lot. This is the one right here. Day 13. Appreciate 12 News covering story about my sister, but important details cut. My mother was told by my sister's boyfriend of her disappearance. Says she wasn't home when he noticed her gone, but her cell phone, car, ID, credit cards, and dog were left behind. Kaz,
Yes, darling.
go ahead and get it out.
All right. Well, there's two things I want to say. First of all, Michelle, in the photo that's actually behind Mar's share screen, there's a photo of them with Michelle with her dog. And Michelle looks like she's a dog lover. And both Mar and I are too, and I'm sure a lot of people in chat are as well. If you're a dog lover, you don't leave your dog behind just because you want to go. If you're in a bad relationship or anything, you take your dogs with you. I was in a horrendous relationship many, many years ago, and I took my dog, I took my kid, and I left. Then I thought about the things we've been told by different people. One person said she wasn't like that. I've known her since preschool. But then we've had other
Well, one
people
sec, Kaz. We spoke to two people that went to school with her, grew up with her. They had children at the same time. One completely agrees with her ex-coworker that she was about getting attention and
Yeah,
all of that. The
that's
other
where I was
one
getting at. That's
and
what
the
I was
other
going
one
to
was
say.
super mad at us because there's no way she was like that.
Exactly. And that's what I was going to say. One said she was totally a different personality altogether, and the other one said, well, that's not the person I knew. This is what she was like. She was an attention seeker. She loved attention. And I was thinking, well, if she was an attention seeker, if she went because she wasn't getting attention, she would have to, she wouldn't go camping because you don't get attention from going camping, and the weather's too hot in Arizona at the moment because you guys are boiling over in Arizona at the moment.
The day that
would
she
have
went
to go,
missing, Kaz, it was 108 degrees.
and that's what I mean. It's scorching hot. I know what 108 degrees feels like. I know what our summers are like. So even though Arizona is a dry heat, but it's still scorching hot. So she wouldn't go camping in that weather. So she'd have to go into a hotel, motel, or bed and breakfast.
See, I disagree with that. I disagree with that. I disagree with the fact that if she was going to go camping and hide out and collected all that camping gear on that charity for her son, I don't think somebody who's from Arizona, because of the dry heat, I think they could still pull off going camping.
Yeah, but if she was attention-seeking, sweetheart, she couldn't watch a television broadcast in a tent.
I agree. I also think that somebody, now that the dog is in the mix, and I just feel 16 days later, and if she was, into the attention that I mean, 16 days for somebody like that, and I've known people like this, is a long, long time. And if the $500 bonus she got from work, that's not going to go a far way. I mean,
Well, exactly. And the police, law enforcement, as you call them, would be monitoring any. She doesn't have a card, but she doesn't have any ID, so she can't even go into a bank and say, "Can I make a cash withdrawal?" She doesn't have a mobile or cell phone, so she can't even use cashless withdrawals. So
exactly.
she's got no access to any money at all. So she can't. She's got to be staying somewhere if she's gone over her own militia.
This is why I want to speak to her sister. That is important. If we know from her coworker that she got a $500 bonus a couple of days before she went missing, I mean, was the money put in her account and not touched? Was the money never found? Like, that's important. These little things are important.
Hmm. Yeah. Vanilla Cupcake. The people that was in that video that Maj just showed. Um, if you're looking at the video directly, the older lady on the left was her mother, and Daniela, her sister, was on the right.
Hey, Lo. Hey, Nay. I,
Well,
ju-
yeah,
I don't know. Something just went off on me today when I just started looking more into her. And then we're going to talk about the boyfriend too. But when I started looking into her, and I thought, if it's true, okay, 4 out of the 5 people, which we're still waiting for the first husband's side to get back to us, which if this person does get back to us and they say they are who they are, this person is going to have serious knowledge of who Michelle is. But
yeah.
if she does have what is it, Munchausen,
No, no,
Munchausen,
yeah, Munchausen.
Munchichi?
Stop it. Munchausen by proxy.
Yes, and you search for so much attention, and if she was, I'm not saying she is, if she did make up the cancer and she made up the children being sick and she was into that much attention, me personally now and the dog, 16 days,
It doesn't make sense.
it's not sitting right with me all of a sudden. I just
No.
feel like something is not right now.
Lolo, I'll answer 2 questions. The one on the screen, Pappy. Yes, law enforcement are involved. Um, they're the ones who put up the initial missing persons. And Lolo, um, the apparently the boyfriend told the mother that she was missing, and then it went from there. Yeah, so, but we've heard nothing else about the boyfriend. But then again, we're getting conflicting reports about what the boyfriend was like. You know, we get told, aren't we, Ma, from different people?
Yes, one person that worked with her for a while said that he would drop her off from work, but she never brought him inside to meet them.
Exactly.
Now, at the time, we kind of thought maybe she was not bringing him in to meet the coworkers, and she works at a very big. I mean, it's not even real. Okay, let's just say a very big company.
Yeah, yeah.
So if you're going to work and he's driving her to work, and Kaz and I were under the impression that she was faking all these illnesses, we were thinking then, well, maybe she was not bringing him in because he thought one thing, then he didn't think that she was sick, and those girls thought she was sick. But my gosh, she has short hair and no eyebrows. Was she sick, or did she shave it off and shave her eyebrows off? There's so many stories we don't know if she does have Munchausen. Is that it? Munchausen?
Munchausen.
Munchausen. Or if she doesn't, or if she did have cancer, or if she didn't have cancer, how come she never brought Robin to meet the coworkers?
Yeah.
So
And
that made us
obviously,
think, well, maybe Rob had a different story than the coworkers, and she was afraid of them colliding and seeing that maybe she was not really sick, or maybe she is sick. We don't know this. We don't have blood results from the doctors.
Yeah, but if she is, I mean, if she is ill and she's out there somewhere ill, I mean, I mean, that's really worrying. I mean, she needs to be found and to get to medical help.
So Vanilla says, "Hang on one second, Coach. Coach, okay, we spoke to the father. I had actually a. How long do you think I was on the phone with him?
Oh, crikey, good 20 minutes.
Yeah. Now the father lives in a completely different state, and
Hmm.
the father and the mother, obviously, from what we are gathering, have been apart since Michelle was a kid.
Yeah.
And from what one friend says is that he is what I mean, what did she say about the father, that he hasn't been in her life and since she was
Yeah,
a kid?
yeah, and didn't have a very good upbringing. Or, uh, I don't want to say she wasn't.
Yeah, we don't know something. We
Yeah.
do know that supposedly Michelle's biological father, who lives in a different state, was not with her growing up. I guess the parents got divorced when she was little, or they separated.
Mm.
He didn't honestly, I'm going to say that he did not even know the boyfriend's name, but he knew the story about Elle said that she didn't feel good. Now, we got the impression upstairs, downstairs, which that was not the case because we found out that it's only a one level apartment. So then, supposedly, somebody slept in the bedroom, somebody slept on the couch, and then he was going for a walk the next day. He either
Mhm.
woke up or he came back from a walk and she was gone and all of her belongings were there. That's the story.
Yeah. Yeah.
There's no other information. And the only thing that we can say that she's wearing is she's wearing a black face mask and flip flops with fluorescent orange or green on them. So, what is she walking around naked with flip flops and a mask on? Like, how do we not know what she's wearing? So,
And how did they know
obviously,
she had that though? How the dickens did they know that information?
well, maybe the shoes and the mask were missing, but, you know, I'm kind of thinking like, so they must not have any video surveillance of her on the corner of that Starbucks corner because I think we would have more information on what she was
I
wearing.
agree. I think Rob may have just guessed, oh well, her mask isn't there, and these shoes are missing, and put two and two together and maybe come up with five, assuming those two things she took with her. But surely he would have kind of known what clothes she had and noticed something else was missing in the wardrobe.
But remember her story. She wasn't feeling good. The day before she went
Mm-mm.
missing, she wasn't feeling good on the 28th. So she said that
Yeah,
she was going to either sleep on the couch or he was going to sleep on the couch. They weren't going to sleep together. The next morning, the
yeah,
father said that he went on a walk because we know from him that he definitely has run a few marathons in his time, and this is him
he has.
with another
Yeah,
girlfriend. This is the boyfriend that supposedly last saw Michelle. But when he
yeah.
came back from a walk or he came out from the bedroom, she was gone. Everything was there but Michelle and flip flops and a black mask.
Yeah, a dog was still there, phone was still there, a
Her
car
car,
still there.
her
I mean, if you're
ID.
going to run away from somebody, you take your car, your wallet, your keys, chuck some clothes in a bag, grab your dog, and you go. You wouldn't go with nothing. You wouldn't leave something like that behind.
Exactly. And if she was doing this to hide out or for attention or whatever that Medicaid thing is that she has, whatever it may be, and if she is the attention seeker that people, the four people that claim she is, 16 days, I am sorry, is a long fucking time
Mm.
for somebody like that,
Um,
in my opinion.
yeah, vanilla cupcake. You make a good point there. Could she have been being um, being hurt and using being sick as a cover? Yes, absolutely.
So the big
Um,
question, if her family's listening, Danielle, if you're listening, Daniela, anybody, if she got the $500, if that money is actually there and accounted for, because
well,
that
that's
would
even more
be
worrying.
exactly, exactly, because we're
That means
assuming
she
that she
left
got a
without a
bonus.
dime.
Exactly, because we're assuming she got a bonus. She took off. She could have grabbed a burner phone. She didn't want to blah blah blah. But now it's just something's not sitting right. The dog. I
Yeah,
mean, the dog.
I know. I know.
Yeah. What do you guys think? I mean, what do you think now, Karen? Have you went? Karen said she might have checked out some shelters, but I don't think she's in a shelter. There's got to be some camera
No.
footage somewhere in that hood from doorbell, even a business.
Yeah, and I'm pretty sure shelters would keep a list of missing persons, um,
Yeah,
and
let's
check,
go back and
for anybody coming in.
have a look at that area now that the news put out where she lives.
Yeah, vanilla cupcake, but at $500, I mean, to leave with just $500 with no clothes, without your dog, without your wallet. I mean, you need your ID to start off your life.
True,
I mean, you
and
need your social security. You need your driver's license.
but I
I
will
mean, I
say
can
this:
understand she wanted to leave him.
I'm camping vanilla, and let me tell you what, $500, I could go through that in probably 9 days.
Yeah. Yeah, Coach Karen, I thought so. A shelter would notify the police department. That's what I thought.
Yeah, 500 is really not a lot unless she is like some high tech camper. Well, she probably wouldn't need electricity, but if she is a person, she's got, like Kaz said earlier, when Kaz hit on that, my head just did a complete spin because I had never thought of that. Somebody that would need that attention too, they would have to be somebody somewhere where they're hooking up to a power source. So what does she hook up
Yeah,
in an RV somewhere in a 120-volt power hookup? Come on.
yeah. And she'd also have to have, I mean, she would at least take a cell phone. If anything, take a cell phone
Or a burner phone and be in
or a
touch with her
burner phone.
sister and say, you
Yeah,
know what, Danielle, I'm really not missing because listen, she comes from a Jewish family. That
and they're
I mean,
close.
they're tight. I mean, you talk to your mom every day and call her and good night, I love you, and they are tight, but not even to sneak a message out to a friend that says, "Oh gosh, I'm okay," or it's 16 days now. I told Kaz, maybe 7 days she'll pop back up if this is the attention seeker that she is. 16 days later, and the dog now, I'm like, Kaz, I'm starting to get a weird feeling that maybe something's not right.
Mm, yeah.
So let's go into this map
I
real
mean,
quick.
from the area where she lived, there is, like Coach Karen said, there is so many surveillance cameras around the area, like that could have picked her up in a short span of time. 4:30 in the afternoon was the last time.
All right, let's get down here. So the news is going ahead and showing you exactly where they're standing, and they are right here. And I would never have done this, but the news did it first. So please, when her friend gets back to us and your name starts with an E, please don't yell at me. So this is where they're standing, the tides. The report's coming right here. Hey, mister, that's a cute little bike right there. Look at that. A little BMX mini. This is where the complex where she obviously was last spending the night in. But you
I'll
can't
be
get
right back.
down that road. For some reason, you just can't get down that side road. So this is it. I can get behind it, but we cannot go down 40th Street. I mean, there's got to be cameras on these. Look at. I mean, there's cameras everywhere. It's Arizona, Phoenix. There's a Sonic right across the street. Yes, Coach Karen, they've got to be plenty of cameras on this road. Not to mention the intersection. Then we got the Starbucks right here. But like I said, we are not allowed down this road. It's just, but let's see. Let's go behind that road real quick. For some reason, it doesn't let us down that road. But even through here, there's got to be something. See, Google's never been here, but we can go here.
It's unusual that they haven't mapped that part of the road out.
Yeah. Yep. They will not let you down this road, but regardless, we can get down here though. But you can't get onto that road. Just not having it.
But there's
But
businesses
regardless,
around the area.
yep, sure is.
I mean, in this day and age, there's quite a few businesses, well, majority of businesses have security footage these days.
I mean, it's absolutely insanity. See, we can't get down the road though. They are not letting us go down the road. But there's got to be like there's just so much going on over through this area.
Mm.
I wonder what kind of car he drives too.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I mean, how many? I don't know. We can't get into the community. But if anyone lives in that community complex and you want to give us a call or email us, please do. Who knows? Do you have ring cams on the door?
Maybe. Oh.
And all as you can tell us that she's wearing flip flops and a black mask. Okay. Exactly, Karen. The churches have cameras. They all have cameras. But the question is there any? So, let me show you guys this complex because it's definitely a fancy. The studios. What was the studio, Kaz? $1,400 a month.
Yeah, well, it wasn't cheap.
It wasn't cheap at all. Like the 1 bedroom, the 2 bedroom, which is we were like all into the floor plan, is like so compacted. It's like you're in a sardine box.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, how did we? Community photos, the neighborhood.
There's a few, the floor plans are to the right.
I want to see pictures. Where are those pictures at? Oh, the amenities. Here we go.
Well, it's a nice complex.
Yes, it is. So here's the complex. It's very nice, but I wonder if there are like maybe cameras at the pool or cameras coming in and out of the entrance. We can't get down to the entrance to see. So if anybody lives in this area, Coach Diane, Anonymous,
Karen, Anonymous, anybody.
I wonder if the entrance going in here, I would love a video of going through this complex and I can reach out and give you the building number to where, not the apartment, the building number I will give to where she was supposedly last spending the night. Because I would like to see if there's any footage out there or what's out there. Kaz, what's in your background that you just turned on? You got to turn on.
It's not me, darling. Our gardener for the complex. I'll have to mute.
It's what?
Sorry. The gardener.
Oh no, you're good. You're good.
Yes, the gardener. I can't go outside and tell him to stop.
Go flash him. Go moon him.
All right, Oscar's barking at him, so.
Oh my gosh, Coach Karen is heading out in the car. Look at her. Hey Karen, if you want to come up and go live and come in and we can share your screen, you could show us if you wanted to. Or just let us know. We'll be here. But while we're waiting for Karen, that's really anything else on Michelle Kaz that we're gonna stop for tonight. But I'm telling you right now, Mr. Boyfriend, Kaz and I are doing a deep dive on you, and you are next on our list. So if Rob, you're listening, please email us, MonkieMar True Crime, because I'm sure within 24 hours you're not going to like us.
He was whippersnipping my edges.
Well, he is now on my radar, and I am going to dig deep into him, and I will probably end up calling his whole entire family. But now I need to know. I don't understand. I mean, did she spend the night? Does she sleep in PJ bottoms? Was she? How are you telling me that she is walking around naked, and I get a vision of her naked in flip flops and a black mask? How do you not know what she was wearing when she went to bed? How do you not knowing if she was sleeping when you went for a
Exactly.
walk? Yeah, not adding up. Let me see, Vanilla.
It's bizarre. It's bizarre.
I don't think she left without her stuff. I'm saying she had that means to leave and he found out and snapped potentially. You know what? You could be right.
Mm. There's always that. There's always that. Yeah, because I know from my own personal experience, Vanilla, that when I made the decision to get out of the situation I was in, I did, because my ex watched every penny that I had, and I had to be so devious to kind of squirrel away, a few dollars here, a few dollars there, so he wouldn't notice. And it took me a long time to get enough money to put aside. But like Ma knows the story, and I got to the point where I could. The day came where I could do it, and I did it. But in saying that, I didn't leave with nothing. I I packed half the house in the truck when he went to work. I got my dogs, I got my child, and I left. He never knew where I went, but you know,
Yeah, I
I
don't
got the
know.
hell out of Dodge.
Yeah, you had that was horrible. We've talked about that, but I don't know if that. I mean, we need to find out more about Mister Scampy. Let's just
Mm.
call him Mister Scampy.
Do you know what scam PR in
So let me
Australia?
see real fast. One sec. Nay says, I hope the police are taking this seriously. The dog is a big thing for me. Coming
Mm.
from a woman who has a toy min pin glued to my hip. Exactly. Let
Same
me see
here.
Lolo. I don't understand why they wouldn't want the community info released. The community needs to know about it so they can look for her. Yes, her sister in the video, you can see that she was actually there putting up the flyers that were made at the sign that we just did a drive by on. She's in the community, and where she's standing, Karen, is she's at that board that shows you the apartment layout and like the map of the apartment numbers and stuff. Like that's where she's putting the flyers. I'm curious to know if the flyers are still up.
Mm. Now Lolo's asking this question too.
Um, just I mean, have you? I haven't seen anything. The only thing that we have seen, and we did get a phone call from somebody from a long time ago when Michelle's passed that just kind of said to keep everything John Doe, Jane Doe. But I don't think they ever mentioned. I
They
don't.
did.
I mean,
They did mention that. Michelle mentioned that something did happen.
oh,
Uh,
okay, okay, yes. Kaz, go ahead and tell them what, because that's important too that we find out who this person is and if
yeah,
Danielle, why her sister can confirm it, if it's true or if it's not true. But this
yeah,
right here, guys, is pretty bizarre.
yeah. Um, we were told by a, a very close friend. Now, whether this is true or not, we don't know. But we were told by a very close friend that when Michelle was on the Arizona Trail um, fundraising event, she was abused by another hiker in that hiker's home. Now, what I wanted to know, the question was that ever reported to law enforcement? Did anything happen about that? Did he get charged? I hope to goodness he did, because that should never go unpunished, and that could severely affect a woman. Um,
Not only that, but we need to know if that is the truth and that did
yeah,
happen. Now we need to know when did that happen? Where is the $500? And why do we not know what kind of clothes that she was wearing the last time you actually saw her? Or was she naked wearing flip flops and a mask? For
well, I
some
doubt
reason,
she
I'm
was
not
naked.
buying that.
Uh,
Yeah, I'm not buying that. I'm not buying the fact that when you went to bed and if she slept in the bed or you slept on the couch or he slept on the couch and she slept in the bed, the last time you saw her, what was she wearing? Sweats, a sweatshirt, probably not in Arizona. Pajama pants, a tank top, like what was she wearing?
Yeah, exactly.
And go ahead and I want you to say a little more about the friend that grew up with her that the name started with an E about the positive things that she said about
Yeah,
Michelle.
I mean, with this person that we refer to as E, I mean, she said some absolutely lovely things about Michelle, how a fantastic mum she was, what a beautiful person she was, and Michelle sounds like an absolutely gorgeous woman, and I'm really pleased. But then you've got on the opposite side where people are contradicting that, who met her later on in her years, but then this E lady has been in contact with her pretty much all her life. So it's like there's two different Michelle's. One she
There's two
shows to one
friends.
person.
There's two friends that grew up with her, that went to high school with her, and they had children at the same time. One
Yeah,
says the most beautiful things about her, and she's a great this and that the boyfriend is a monster. And then the other one says that she has been like this, like her whole entire life, and they had just lost contact because Michelle had deleted all of her social media.
yeah. She said it's only since she had the babies. It was since she had the babies that she seemed to have changed, which could it have been something to do with post-traumatic, not post-traumatic, postnatal
Oh,
depression.
some people get weird after having children, but another thing that this best friend said that was saying that she is Munchausen. She
Yeah.
said she said that when the first child was born, she didn't. He got sick, right, Cass? She said he
Yes.
was sick,
Yeah.
and Michelle didn't get the attention
Yeah.
that she was looking for. But when the second
Yes.
child was sick and he was wearing a helmet, and the GoFundMe's and the Miracle Make a Wish Foundation, that she was getting
Yeah.
tons of like the camping gear alone. I mean, the GoFundMe money, the he was wearing the helmet. Like, I would really love to know also if that child really required a helmet.
Yeah.
ABCD. You can email us at
Monkey Ma. Are you going to drop the link, or do you
yeah.
want
You
me to
can
drop it?
you can say it too, but I'm dropping it. I
Okay.
probably spelt it wrong, anyways, guys.
No, that's perfect. MonkeyMarTrueCrime@gmail.com. It will. It 99.9% of the time, guys, it's me answering it because I get a
Hey, meanie. I'm only kidding.
because I get a push notification on my phone. So
I mean, guys, you know what I'm doing while she's taking care of the business aspect. I still do a lot of uploads. So,
yes, yeah.
okay, so Coach Karen is back. Coach Karen, do you want to drop a link for Coach? We got 20 minutes for an hour, and I think we can go see what she has to say. I'm very curious to know if those flyers are still up, and I would love to get a drive
Okay.
through of that apartment complex. But hang on, because my little box fell out of the window. So
There you go,
anything
Coach Karen.
else, except for please reach out to us. The first husband's family member, please get back to us. And I would love to talk to Daniela,
Mm.
her sister. And she did answer me on Twitter, and she said that she wasn't feeling good if we could talk tomorrow, but I think that was a couple days ago. But I did answer her today.
And vanilla cupcakes. When I had my daughter, which seems like a decade ago, but it wasn't a decade ago. I mean, I'm old and decrepit, but I'm not quite senile
Oh,
yet.
God.
Um, I became so overly protective of my
Take
daughter.
the link, Coach Karen.
I wouldn't let anybody, not my parents and not my in-laws, touch her. Um, I kind of smothered her. Nobody could touch her, hold her, no nothing.
Low. I'm not sure how I feel if friends say, well, this was, she hadn't only been missing not even a week at this point when this was
Yeah.
going down. Yeah, this was before she was missing for 16 days.
Oh, okay.
Now I'm
Yeah.
bothered. I honestly thought that she would have come out of hiding, the money, or she would have been like, I need to see like somebody or socialize, or I just, something's not right in the dog now. There's something just is making my head think, you know what? She could be all those things, but now it's not, something's not sitting right with me. I'm not saying that she's not, that she doesn't suffer from maybe a mental illness or Munchausen, or I don't know. I don't know. I'm not saying she does or she doesn't. I'm saying from what we've been told. But even if she isn't, or if she is, regardless, it's 16 days.
Yeah. She needs help wherever she is. I mean, if she's been, there's another scenario we haven't looked at. I mean, could she have, if Rob's gone out, and I'm just putting it out there, if Rob's gone out for his run or his walk or whatever he's gone out for, somebody's knocked on the door. Michelle's got up. She's not feeling well. She's drowsily walked to the door, opened the door, and it could have been some form of home invasion, and she's got dragged out of the door and taken.
But another question we have to know: Did the boyfriend, did Mr. Scampy call the mother to say, "Hey, I woke up and she, the same day she's not here," or were they looking for her and they called him? That's another big question.
Well, it did say that Rob contacted her mum to say that Michelle had gone missing.
That's what you hate. That's what you heard in the interview.
Yeah.
No, I heard that. The only thing I heard regarding that was that Rob told them that she was missing. Not who called to, but Rob passed the information to her mother that she was missing. I don't know if he called her or if she called him. That's another question that we need to know the answer to.
Yeah.
Hey, Coach Karen.
Hello.
Hello, sweetheart.
I'm going to just try and schedule a tour because it looks like that's kind of how you have to get into the facility. I'm sure it's gated.
Okay. So if it's gated, Karen, what I'm curious, though, is if there's a camera on the outside of that gate. There's got to be, right?
Yeah, because usually there's cameras where you have to put in the code.
Yep.
For another thing, too, when I was looking at those pictures, I kind of like zooming in, and I'm sure they have cameras at different angles on the outsides of those buildings and stuff as well, because it's too well maintained not to.
Yeah, and it's very expensive. I am going to go back down and...
Oh, Mari, you still there?
Yeah, I said I'm going to go back and look at the map and let Karen finish talking with the tour thing.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and then if you can, I did send you guys an email. If you could just reply back with what building that they were in, or he's in, or they lived in.
Yeah, we'll give you the building number.
Okay.
I can do that. Send you the address and everything, okay?
And two, they may not allow those flyers to be up, so I'm sure that they would be taken down. I don't know if they would have a board in the office or not, but I'm sure not many people would be in the office, but maybe in one of those recreational rooms.
Oh, where did I just go? Oh, I got on 40th Street. Oh.
You're echoing, Ma.
So here's the entrance, and this is where she is putting the flyer. I got feedback on someone's side.
Okay, so it's not gated.
No gate. But I'll tell you what, there's got to be cameras somewhere around right here. It's an expensive place. I mean, we're talking close to Oh, like $1,900 a month for a 2-bedroom. These look like lights. Or are those cameras? Are these cameras or are those lights? You think?
Those are lights.
There's building 7. Kaz, what's the building number?
I'll have to pull up the report.
The thing is, though, is we don't know what date they actually Google uploaded this, so it could, a lot of it could have changed over there.
This is a street view of June 2022.
June, okay.
And I'm trying to see. There's got to be a camera like somewhere over here by that clubhouse. So you can only go on this one. In this one spot. Okay. So let's go back to this one corner. Is that the only entrance in there? It looks like it. Come on, little guy, load. Now, what is this down here? That's going into the other complex. What is that? That's interesting right there. Yeah, we're going to have to see a ground view of this.
Do you want the apartment number? I don't want to give that out.
Well, you can put that in private chat for Karen, because I can't get into the apartment community anyways.
Okay.
I mean, I want to go swimming in the pool. You think they would mind?
It looks nice.
And yeah, maybe on my tour, that's what I'll do. Make sure the pools are, I gotta make sure the pools are working appropriately.
Well, that's what you have to say. Listen, you have to say, hey, just Mike, this is Phoenix, Arizona. I hear myself in Karen's mic. Do you have head buds in, earbuds?
I don't. I didn't get to my computer. I'm having a storm over here, so I may get kicked out too.
Yeah, that's what it is. You're okay.
Karen, just click on the private chat, and I've put in the apartment number.
Vanilla says, but a lot of places have cameras for show, not actually active, or only hold footage for 24 hours. Well, hopefully, if there is any footage, the police already got it. Yeah, something's weird. Something's just not right. Okay, so Karen's going to go check it out. She's going to get a tour, and I think you should definitely bring a bikini.
Right.
But now I want to wrap. Yeah, we're going to wrap this up, but I want to go over one more missing woman that we're going to start digging into. Oh, I can't stand hearing my feedback.
Is it when I mute, does it go away?
Yes. Okay. Perfect. All right. I think Kaz wants to read this article anyways with her beautiful accent.
Okay.
I'm going to send it to you in private chat.
Thank you. I was going to say.
Yeah. She left us.
Oh, did Karen go?
I think there's a storm, she said, in Arizona tonight.
Yeah, this is really sad what I'm going to read you. I'll share my screen as well.
So everyone knows that I put a video out on Anna White. She was a woman that went missing out of New York. She literally left her apartment complex, and she has never been seen again. So I started looking up to see if there was anything new, because I think we're going to reach out to her family. And then this article came, and then somebody by the name of Ty just completely sucked me in like a sponge. And then Caswell, you'll see why.
Yeah. Okay. All right. The article is from the American Post, and
That's right, Dougie Fresh. That's right, Dougie Fresh. If you're in the house, this is not the New York Post, buddy.
Yeah. New York Police Department seeks community help to find missing Queens woman after leaving her apartment on Thursday afternoon. Woodside resident Anna White walked out of her 30th Street building around 2 p.m., but she was no longer heard from. According to a report obtained by the New York Post, the 37-year-old woman is approximately 5'6" tall and weighs about 140 pounds. So she's a little woman. She also has green eyes, short black hair, and was last seen wearing a blue coat and a yellow dress with orange tones. The report cites the New York Police Department. Were you going to say something, Mark?
I mean, at least this lady's got a coat and a dress on. Hey, Junie.
The police public information officer released 2 photographs of the woman where she is seen smiling. This is not the only case in the city. There are several more, such as that of Ty J. Baker, 23.
This one, guys. Oh, gosh. See, Kaz, as soon as you mentioned her name and I knew this was coming up, I could feel like this weird, warm, like heat in my chest. Like, this one bothers me.
Yeah. Ty J. Baker, 23, who took a train from New York City to Washington, D.C. on May 1st and has not returned home. Her mother, Tawana Baker, believes her daughter may have been caught up in human trafficking ring.
Hey, Iconic. Mama Iconic in the house.
Hi, sweetie. Hope you're feeling okay. Hi, Jenny.
How's our little crime baby?
Yeah. Hope she's cooking well in your tum-tum.
The baby's going to be crime. Chrme. I'm only kidding. So this girl gets on a train. Okay, so we've dug a little deeper, and this is definitely, I'm reaching out tomorrow to her family. Her mother, okay. Tell them, okay, this is the part that this is going to probably flip me out again.
Yeah.
Tell them the last communication that Ty had with her grandmother.
Yeah, well, she made a phone call. Her mum tracked down some leads. I mean, it's sad the fact that the mother has. Oh, I'm still sharing. Sorry. The mother tracked down some leads, and she was able to find out that she was near a nail salon, and so she called, and Jai was whispering in the phone to her grandmother, "Get Mum to come and pick me up," in a really soft voice. So her grandmother and her mum raced over to this nail salon to go and pick her up, but she was missing. And the reason she went up to Washington was to help this lady out as a part-time job. And it's really sad that you go to do a good deed for somebody and you get caught up in something that it's really sad. Really sad. She's a college student. I mean,
yeah, I'm going to show you. Let me show you her picture and Anna's picture. This is just, but that phone call just made the skin and the hair on my neck stand up. This is Ty.
Isn't she gorgeous?
Yes, absolutely gorgeous. But imagine that phone call, "Come get me." And the mom has surveillance footage, and she can see her daughter at the train station on the camera pacing back and forth.
Yeah. I mean, this girl's, really pretty. She's 5'7" tall. She weighs an estimated 130 pounds. She was last seen wearing a black sweater and grey shorts and a white top. So, My mum's really worried, as she would be. And then you got Anna.
And here's Anna White. Walked out of her apartment, and she has never been seen again. Yes.
I mean, what is this world coming to, Mum?
I don't know, but it seems to have gotten worse since COVID. But we're gonna reach out to these two families tomorrow, and hopefully, if you're listening on the wait a second, it was the first. Was it the first husband side that reached out to us?
Mm-mm.
Second.
Mm-hmm.
Please reach out to us.
Yeah.
But that's the update. So we'll see what happens. I'm going to see if there's anything new on Anna, or if we can find a family member, or if any of Anna's family's listening, reach out to us and let us know what you know, because boyfriends, married, kids, like what's going on with Anna. But we haven't even really scratched the surface on Anna yet. But now we're
No.
going to.
Yeah, Lolo, exactly. Ty is beautiful. And I don't know why people do what they think they have. I mean, I know this has got nothing to do with this case, but some people, when I was small, I'm going back to the 1960s here, this is showing how old I am. Back in the 60s, when I was 8 years old, there was a couple called Ian and Myra Inkley. And this was so close to my home, it was scary. It was a street away. And they used to grab kids my age, I was 8 to 10 years old, and they used to abuse them and murder them. And they used to take them out to what we call the moors in England, which is just really big fields. And there was only one of the 5 that was ever found. The other 4 kids were never found, and they went to their deathbeds and never told the families where they were found. And I just watched it again. I've watched it so many times, and I still can't wrap my head around how a 23-year-old female got hooked up with a 25-year-old male to do these sadistic things. But people do it. The monsters, Jenny. Yeah, it's horrible. I mean, is it nurture?
It is horrible. I mean, it's almost like there is definitely slavery in the United States. But guys, it is an hour. I need to go wrap it.
She does.
But
She
I
does.
do want to end it on the video. This is Ty's family.
It is.
So everyone, guys, you got to keep your baby safe. Like I said in my last video, forget about just microchipping your children. We have to microchip like your grandma, your grandpa, your mom, your dad, your aunt, your uncles, your cousin. Like just microchip the whole freaking family. This is nuts.
It is.
Stay vigilant, guys, and keep your baby safe. Kaz, thank you as always. But let's listen to this girl's mom, because this is, and I have to end it on this, and I can't talk after this video because I'm probably going to have my little tissues out. All right, guys.
Good night, everybody.
Good night, but watch this video, guys.
Yeah.
First tonight at 11, a young woman from Brooklyn vanished.
Oh, hang
Her
on.
family with few clues aside from.
First tonight at 11.
Will you stop talking back, video? All right. Okay, here we go.
A young woman from Brooklyn vanished.
Her family with few clues aside from a cryptic phone call.
And now they want answers. Here's Eyewitness News reporter Lucy Yang.
Tajay Baker, a budding artist, was in her final semester of college. The 23-year-old lived at home with her mother, but now is missing.
After this rally, I'm going right back out there because I'm going to find my daughter.
The nightmare began on May 1st. Tajay took the bus to D.C., supposedly to do some posters for a woman she had met online. Then the nightmare of silence.
Where's my daughter? She got off at the Capitol Union Station, D.C.
The desperate family filed numerous police reports, but complained the first official flyer put their missing person on a wanted poster.
What do you want? Justice! When do you want it? Now!
Eventually, the mother found some leads and surveillance video, which she shared with us. On June 1st, we're told Tajay called from a phone in this salon and in a whispered and scared voice begged to be rescued.
She said, just tell her mother to come get her.
By the time they raced to Maryland, Tajay was gone.
The mother tells me she has tracked down the woman who initially asked her daughter to DC. She fears her only child may have stepped into some kind of cult.
We believe that more needs to be done.
We here asking for justice. Justice to make sure Miss Baker come home.
No, I haven't been sleeping at all. It's been over a month and 5 days now. I just want my daughter to return.
A mother's fearful cry.
Yeah, that doesn't sound good, guys. That honestly sounds to me like that girl with the fiery red hair did not want signs made. Oh gosh, I cannot wait to talk to Taquana. All right, guys, that is bothersome. It is so scary that actually exists in the world.
Yeah, and for those that didn't see Vanillas, that works across the world. It works here in Australia to send the SOS message on your phone. It works on Android and Apple.
Oh wow, I never knew that. So if I go outside to put gas in the generator and I see a bear, I'm like, kidding.
Yeah. And what you ladies should also learn, and we should teach it to our daughters, our sons, is the sign language for help. Behind the back, sign language for help.
Exactly. Yes, we are going to go look into Anna a little more and Ty, but it's just I don't think anything maybe with the connection, but that little girl, and if that lady with the red hair and that guy next to her, I want to figure out who that is and start looking into them too, because that is to come make signs. Yeah, some things that's horrible. Because who knows where Ty is? Ty could be, handcuffed to a bed somewhere in a hotel. Like the thought of that is absolutely disgusting. Okay, I'm gonna go. I'm not gonna aggravate myself. All right, guys. Thank you for coming in, Kaz. Love you.
Love you too,
Kaz,
darling.
Boo. Good night, everyone.
Good night, guys.